Have you been here before?
We actually just got here. We spent some time in Vienna yesterday, but we just got to the festival this morning. And we've sort of been just hanging out, like talking to people about our album and waiting around to play the show. So we're really excited. That's it.
Did you have time to see anything in Vienna? Walk around a little bit?
Yeah, Vienna is maybe one of the most beautiful cities I think we have ever been to. I think a lot of cities, there's certain parts of town that are really pretty, but like all of Vienna is just beautiful. So yeah, we walked around and saw the cathedral, and went to cafes, and there was like all sorts of like parties going on, and so we didn't really join any of them, but we just witnessed a lot of excitement. So it was a really good day.
We had our own party. We had our own party ourselves. It was a Paramore party. It was great.
Yeah.
And will you come back anytime soon to Vienna or Austria in general?
I hope we come back. I feel like we're really happy that we're doing all these festivals this summer because it's just really exciting. There's always great bands, and we always people treat us so nicely, and it's just amazing to see some of these cities that we live so far away from, but I don't know exactly when we'll come back. Hopefully later this year we'll get to play more shows, on this side of the world. We love it here.
So today you're going to watch any other shows or just hang around backstage?
Yeah, definitely. We don't know all the bands that are playing today, but I've heard Kings of Leon are going to be here. Definitely going to watch them. Just some hometown partners, Tennessee friends, so we gotta support the Tennessee love.
Yeah.
But yeah, we actually play early today, so we are gonna have a lot of time to see more bands. So
Love it.
that's something we don't always get the opportunity to do, and so we're definitely gonna take advantage of it.
And could you name one thing you think you don't want to miss on tour?
Oh man, it's hard to say because being on tour is, it's crazy because you're away from your house and your family and all the things that are comfortable. But to be honest, it's such a different lifestyle that I don't think I think that we leave for tour and it's just we play the shows and we have a good time hanging out and we get to see different cities. If anything, I think just being around our families is something that we miss on tour. If we could somehow have both, it would be that would be a perfect world. But other than that, we feel really we're super happy that we get to do both. We get to do this and then we get to go home and we have awesome families and friends back home that support us.
Do you have a crazy memory of a concert or a day with a fan?
There are a lot of amazing moments, I think, playing shows. Like the first time, when we went off for the encore, that the crowd started chanting one of our songs, "Brick by Boring Brick." That was a really cool thing. Or we played the Reading and Lead Festival, and when we played Reading, there was this flare and that someone lit in the crowd, which was I don't know, it's never happened at a Paramore show. When that stuff happens, we're like, really? For us? So that was cool. I don't know, every show is you kind of just have to pinch yourself, because we're connecting with people and playing music for a living, which is not, I don't know, it's not an easy thing to do. So we're just super blessed and try to be appreciative in every moment. But there have definitely been some standout moments.
We played That's What You Get for the first time in Vienna, right? Yeah, so the first time before Riot came out, we played a show here with our friends Lost Alone, and we performed That's What You Get for the first time. So that was cool. That's a cool Vienna memory anyways.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now to your new album, how was the working process on it?
Sorry. It was making this album was one of the, I think, probably the coolest experiences we've ever had as a band. We had a lot of time to make the record, so that was nice, but I think just the fact that we all moved to California, sort of away from home and away from distractions, and we just sort of settled down and made a record start to finish, and it was a really, I don't know, it was a really liberating experience. we got to try new things and explore different genres and new territory as a band that we had never toyed around with before. And it was amazing to see how much we were capable of that we didn't know, you know. To me, like, making the album that we've just put out was like one of my favorite things that we've ever done as a band.
And what influences you as an artist?
I mean, I think that there's, maybe certain influences that are more prominent or something, but I think as an artist, it's almost like a reflection of everything that you've consumed or been through in your life, you know. I think I don't know, we've all grown up on so many different types of music, and just, we're not a very conceptual band. We really write from experience and what we've been through, and so I think it's, we draw influence from literally everything, and especially this record, I think, is the most eclectic record we've had. Each song, I think, definitely has its own identity, and so it's like I felt like every day we were drawing from something different, but I think that's what makes every artist, well, at least hopefully unique, is that we've all had such different experiences and have, consumed so many different types of music or seen different types of art. So I think it's just kind of our unique perspective on life that's influenced us, I guess. It's kind of a broad answer, but it's kind of a broad influence, spectrum of influences.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Well, that's it from us. We're Paramore. Thank you guys for hanging out and listening to what we have to say. It's very important stuff. And we'll see you next time.